This is Sichuan Tropical Botanical Garden. It's the largest of its kind in China and of great importance. Now, as you can see, I'm surrounded by rainforest, and I love rainforest, but particularly because this is a world-class garden. There are 13,000 species growing here, some of them pretty weird and mysterious. I'm in Yunnan province, exploring a region that's been called China's Amazon. It's home to some of their smallest insects and largest animals, and I'm on the trail of them both, starting here in one of the world's most famous botanical gardens, a hotspot for plants and insects. One of the frustrating things about a rainforest is that all the trees look the same, but that's the value of a botanical garden like this. Things are labelled, and here we've got Antiaris toxicaria. It's a fascinating tree. Like many trees, it protects itself because there's a war being raged in here between the trees, the insects, everything. This is a competitive environment, but it protects itself in its bark. And the local hunters would score it and collect a latex-like sap that comes out. And with that, they dip in their arrows, because when that mixes with blood, it's lethal. It is so poisonous, it's said that a single drop can kill a goat, and 6 drops will kill a horse. One of the things I really like to see in rainforests are these tree ferns. This is the spinulus, or spiny tree fern. You can see it gets its name, all these little spines on it here. Beautiful thing. And it's really ancient. This plant has been around a lot longer than us. This goes right back to the Jurassic. And it's these plants and their relatives that we dig up today as coal. Quite a beautiful thing to see, isn't that stunning? Sometimes when you go down jungle rivers, these hang over the river as you're going along. They're very charismatic. Fantastic. There are special areas for wild gingers, others for taro. I just love this garden. I so enjoy being in rainforest. It's such a challenge. You have to look everywhere. There's so many different things, and of course so much of it is unfamiliar. There are some real wonders to be found. Take a look at this here. This is an orchid. It's got the Latin name Acampa rigida. And it's quite unusual. Unfortunately, we've missed the flowers of this season, but you can see it's fruiting really well. And that's part of its success story. This is an unusual plant. Most plants are pollinated by the action of other animals, be they insects such as bees or flies or bats, all sorts of things, but not this flower. This one has adapted to use rainwater itself to self-pollinate. When water splashes on it, it moves the pollen where it's needed to seed the plant. You can see how well it's fruiting, which is testimony to what a successful strategy that is. What could be better for a rainforest plant than to pollinate itself by the use of the rain? This is a beautiful place, but it can be deadly, and so are some of the creatures in it. This is the part of the garden that most people never see. You know, 2/3 of this garden are set aside for research. I've been invited to explore its secrets with conservationist Dr. Ning Chao. Hello, Ning Chao.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
You're going to show me some of the wildlife in the garden.
Okay, 好，我带你转一转我们的园子。
Yes.
这个是
Look at this.
中国最大的
This is China's biggest spider. We call this the golden spider. Look at the stripes on its body.
非常的特别。它
China's golden orb web spider is famous for its impressive webs. It's a pretty wide spread those legs give. It must be about 12 or 14 centimetres. Yeah, it's beautiful. Their webs are extra strong and can be up to 1.5 metres wide, making them formidable traps for the unwary.
Now, I've seen these sorts of spiders in rainforests before. Normally, unfortunately, you don't see them until you walk into them. And you think, oh, you have a horror. But of course, the horror that I experience is nothing compared to the dangers that the male of this species experiences.
The special point about this spider is that the male is really tiny compared to the female. The male is just 3 millimeters big, and when it is mating season, they have to pick the right moment.
But what if they don't get it right?
It will be eaten.
It's a pretty tough life for a male golden spider. Amazing.
It's thought that there are over 3,500 species of spider in China. Many are new discoveries, but a few are familiar garden guests.
Ray,
Ray, look! This one looks like a spider, but it's not a spider. Its eyes are very tiny, so we call it the blind spider.
It's a very good name. We would call these harvestmen, but there are so many here moving. Why are there so many?
Due to their poor eyesight, they must work together when hunting. This increases their chances of catching their prey.
It's amazing. It looks as though the whole ground is moving here. I can even hear them. What are they hunting for?
They are carnivores, so they mainly eat things like insects and other bugs. Meat is their main food. They don't eat plants.
For the other insects that live here, this is a nightmare. An army of harvestmen making their way through the underground.
It's not just the forest floor that's alive with life. Over 260 different species of bird flourish in the tree canopy, including the crimson sunbird.
That's such a beautiful bird. Incredibly intense scarlet breast and iridescent green head. It's just beautiful.
Yes, we call this the sunbird. It is like the hummingbird in the West. It loves nectar.
It's just beautiful.
Unlike hummingbirds that hover whilst they drink, crimson sunbirds prefer to perch.
Sunbirds love this type of long, tube-shaped flower. They insert their beak into it to suck up the nectar.
Yep. In fact, you see that one there is just putting its bill in at the top of the flower. It's taking the shortcut through the side. It's quite skillful. You know, until I came here, I didn't realize that China had a tropical area like this. But in the next part of my journey, I'm going to put the small animals behind me and look for something much bigger and, frankly, more dangerous.
China's wild Asian elephants used to roam across all of China, but now they can only be found in this corner of Yunnan province. It's thought that there are only 300 of them left in the wild. Before I track them down, I want to find out more about how they're being protected by a new conservation scheme.
Hello, Fayong. Ni hao. Nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you.
Here, local farmers like Dao Feiyong live alongside the wild elephant herds. Unfortunately, his fields of bananas and plantain are irresistible to his elephant neighbours.
This is the heart of the conservation area. Elephants come here regularly because we grow many crops that the elephants like.
So the elephants are coming up into your gardens for sweet treats.
They eat plenty of different things like plantain, bananas, bamboo and rice. They also eat herbs and many other plants.
All the nice things. and how much damage can they do?
If an elephant wants to eat a banana or plantain, it could destroy all of those trees. About 10 to 20 trees.
Phew, that's a lot.
In order to protect the elephants and support the farmers, the government compensates Dao Feong for any damage the elephants do to his fields.
And you're also a ranger within the conservation area.
I'm trained in elephant encounters and I try to prevent accidents.
3 years ago, Dao Feong was on patrol when he unexpectedly came face to face with 3 adult elephants and a baby. The adults charged at him.
We ran for 50 meters until we thought we were safe, but then another one appeared and charged at us, so we had to run again.
Such encounters are dangerous for animals and humans alike. To prevent them, an innovative new system has been introduced.
So how does your protection system work?
We have infrared cameras on the paths the elephants use. We tell each other on the phone where the elephants are. Now we can defend ourselves. Now it is much safer.
Every day, the elephants follow a regular trail through the jungle to reach the river that flows alongside the farmers' fields. It's a dangerous place for farmers and elephants to run into one another.
The main route runs through the bottom of the valley where the water is. Elephants need at least 100 litres a day. Well, the ground here is really telling a story. This is the elephant highway. On the left you can see there's tea planted, and on the right is forest. So this is where wildlife meets humanity. And already on this pathway I can see elephant footprints. This is a really clear one here, look. And you can see as the elephant's going downhill here, he's put his foot down in soft ground and the foot has just slid a little bit as he gets purchase. And you can see he's going downhill because of the nails that are showing in the front edge. And this is a rear foot. And the rear foot's longer and narrower than the front foot. Obviously the elephant's got more weight at the front of the body, so you have a bigger footprint at the front. I don't know the soil here, but I would say that these are pretty fresh. That's exciting. This is a very big animal and it's very close by. I can clearly see why there's a need for an early warning system. I'm right on the elephant trail here and it's a little dangerous. You have to keep your wits about you because you see how thick it is. An elephant could literally be just a few meters in the thickets, and if you don't spot it, you could be in serious trouble. Elephants, despite their size, have this ability to vanish in woodland. I often think that they must be tiptoeing because they can move so quietly. We really must stay alert now, and the trail is going deep into the rainforest.
I'm not the only one on the lookout. Further up the trail, I meet elephant ranger Wang Bin.
Wang Bin. Hello. Ni hao. Very nice to meet you. So this is your early warning system trigger, a trail camera.
This is the front line of the whole elephant warning system. It is an infrared camera trap and any passing animals will trigger it. Once it is triggered, a picture will be sent to my phone. And with that, I can see if it's an elephant and I can sound the alarm.
That's amazing. So by the use of these cameras, you know when the elephant was there, how many there were there, and which direction they were heading.
Yes, it's instant. And I can trigger an alarm immediately from my phone to sound a warning siren.
It's so lovely to see modern technology being used in such a beneficial way. But the question I have to ask you is, did I trigger the camera? Oh, there I am, caught on camera. I can hear the sirens sounding.
As dusk falls, the failing light makes it even more difficult to see into the shadows.
Well, you know, I've got complete faith in your system, but I am a little old school, and I just saw some very fresh elephant tracks, some big ones too. So with the sun on its way to the horizon, I think perhaps it's time to head back to the village.
Come on.
But tomorrow, I'm looking forward to a very special elephant encounter. I'm exploring the tropical rainforest in Yunnan province in southwest China in search of the wild Asian elephant.
I'm really excited because I've been invited to the Asian Elephant Breeding and Rescue Centre. Now that's been in operation since 2008, and already it's making a difference to the number of elephants in the wild.
There are fewer than 300 wild Asian elephants in China. Although tiny, that's twice as many as there were 20 years ago. In part, that's down to village conservation schemes, but it's also down to the work being done here to nurture and rewild the elephant population.
Well, here we are. I can already smell elephants. How exciting.
This facility isn't open to the public, but I've been invited in to meet one of China's leading elephant conservationists, Dr. Bao Mingwei.
Mingwei, 你好.
你好 ，Hello。
Nice to meet
你
you.
好，哎，这个是我们的小
This elephant is called Cockroach. We are about to give him a checkup.
OK， 我们要带出去检查一下小强。
Okay.
OK， 走，来。这小强今年4岁。
Cockroach is 4 years old. He's an orphan. He was abandoned by the herd when he was only 8 months old and was living alone. He was very miserable.
离开乡前，就是自己独自的生活，非常的可怜。
So we brought him to the rescue centre and fed him.
护理饲养。
Now he's grown and put on weight and he's in good spirits.
而且体重比以前也增长了，精神状态也特别好。
It's got spirit, this one. Come on then, Cockroach. Let's go and get you checked up, shall we?
Cockroach is just one of 20 elephants rescued by the centre since it opened 12 years ago. Some had been orphaned or abandoned by the herd, others are injured. The centre nurses them back to health, and when they're ready, they release them back into the wild.
OK， 非常 good， 非常好。OK。
You take a really careful look at the feet. Good.
Elephants' front toes rest on the ground, but their heels sit on thick cushioned pads. It means that these enormous animals actually walk on their tiptoe.
It's very easy for an elephant to pick up a sharp stone or a big thorn or a sharp twig, and that can cause a problem, make it lame. And they do a lot of walking in the wild. They absolutely depend on their feet, so they've got to be in good order.
His left leg is good too.
也非常好。OK，
Good.
good。
Yep. I think he's passed his foot examination.
OK， 我们准备对他。
Now I'm going to check his lungs to see if they are
肺
healthy.
部是不是健康，肺功能是不是健康。
Fantastic attention to detail, isn't it? The care that's required to take care of these animals.
An elephant's trunk is effectively a long nose with numerous functions for smelling, breathing, grabbing things like food, drinking, and trumpeting.
往上，往上。Good。这个就是主要开展他的
We check for lung infections.
肺部的检查。
This sample will go to the lab to be
把它
analysed.
试试去化验，去看看。
You can see here on the Asian elephant some differences between the African elephant. Everyone knows about the ears being much smaller on the Asian elephant. African elephant ears, of course, are huge. That's largely because they need to lose the heat in the savannah. There's not such an issue in this part of the world. But if you look at the tip of the trunk, he's only got one lip. The African elephant has 2 lips. And the trunk, well, that's the most important thing, really, for an elephant. This is the way they explore the world.
Asian elephants have one lip at the tip of their trunks, which they use a bit like a finger.
There, show them your lip. You're beautiful. Now I know you're going to examine the tusk. Tell me, how important are the tusks for an elephant?
大象因为它这个下牙呢，在野外，特别是
For a male elephant, his tusks are really important to demonstrate his virility and strength. And the larger the tusks, the better when they're fighting with each other. They'll also use their tusks to break open the bark of trees, like plantain, to get water. Trees are a rich source of water in winter.
Have a look at the teeth. If you get a chance to see the teeth, they're oval shaped with ridges in them for grinding vegetation.
现在看它的牙齿非常的健康，它是
Look, his teeth are very healthy, very good.
So he's 5 years old. How big will he grow to?
一般的亚洲象都最高的可以
Asian elephants can reach 3.2 meters tall. Male elephants are biggest.
更高一些。
In a few years' time, this will definitely be the largest cockroach in the world. It's a great name.
Every day, the orphaned elephants are walked into the surrounding jungle to familiarise them with the wilderness.
Well, here we go. This is nursery school class, getting ready to go out into the forest and become familiar with it. All necessary steps towards being released back into the wild. Fabulous.
2 other youngsters arrive, led by an older female elephant, their new mother and teacher. When she sees Cockroach, there's a fond greeting between them.
It's chaos in the nursery class today. One of the youngsters has gone running off in search of a banana. Come on, this way, this way, this way. Come on. Come on, greedy guts.
Elephants are very sociable animals. In the wild, they live in family groups. For Cockroach and his new family, this is a dress rehearsal for their future life.
You see how easily they can move up a steep slope. It's nothing to them. They take 1 step and we have to take 3 to keep up. It's lovely to see them out in the forest. You see they're stimulated by the trees, and just like we are when we go on a country walk. They're stimulated by being in the natural environment, aren't you? You are. Yeah, lots of things to sniff, lots of things to eat, to play with. Yeah, even my cameraman, I'm going to push him out of the way. Oh. I think that elephant likes to be the centre of attention. Yeah, good scratch.
These are some of the skills for surviving in the wild that they are discovering. When they have an itch, they learn how to use branches to rub their skin. When they are hungry, they learn which plants they can eat and which vines contain water.
This training will helpfully prepare them for release back into the wild. Hello, how gorgeous you are. Is that nice? This is the most wonderful thing. And how do you feel about elephants?
I love elephants so much. It comes from the deepest side of my heart. I'm with them every day. I spend plenty of time observing them, looking after them and developing strong bonds with them. If they are ill, I treat them. If a baby needs milk, I will do my best to find some. Elephants face lots of dangers, including diseases, being excluded or getting injured from fighting. It's our job to help them,
立即的对它进行一个救助。
So tell me, what's the future for these elephants?
我们
The ultimate goal of our reintroduction training is to let the elephants go back to the wild and return to nature.
就返归自然。
But it is not an easy task. We must persist. We must reinforce their survival skills and then set them free.
才能够返归综合考虑。
I just want to say thank you. It's been a real privilege to work with you today and to see that the astonishing work you're doing here. I share your vision. Perhaps in 50 years' time, China will be able to celebrate a very well re-established wild elephant population.
谢谢你，
谢谢。
谢谢。
Do you know, this is one of the most wonderful things to see. Elephants around the world are so beleaguered by negative impacts with humanity, and here they're being restored to the wild. It's the most beautiful thing.